People put fresh sheets on their bed. Maybe that serves other purposes. And boas entradas. Bom dia, gente. This is Frederick from Pearl to Portugal. Paper streamers. This will be a one-shot here, hopefully. Remind you of what? Celebrations and also New Year. And this video is about how to celebrate New Year in Portugal. In the beginning, as usual, some basics. And this concept of New Year, it's straightforward. New Year is called Passagem do Ano, the passing of the year. There's also a new word, Réveillon, which is used now more widely. It's a French word which came from Brazil to Portugal. It's also to refer to a lot of parties. So if you, for example, search for a party, you probably find more hits when you look for Réveillon than Passagem do Ano. If you want to wish somebody a Happy New Year, it's Feliz Ano Novo. And that's it for the basics. Are there any special events, like for example for Christmas, where you have the presépios or other events, biggest Pai Natal and so on? I think it's a straightforward event in Portugal. There's nothing special. If you know it, or if there's something in your area that you like to share, please share them in the comments. But normally, most cities have a firework. That's it. For midnight, the party takes place at home or at a Réveillon party, Passagem do Ano party. So if you would like to participate, which I think, as I said, it's even great for strangers, make the reservation maybe September, October. If it's on short notice, in most cases, you maybe also find a place. Maybe check out the hotels, because they usually have more capacity in terms of extending. Parties in rural areas tend to be even better, that's for sure, because I've done my personal experience. They serve better food, or a much larger amount of food. So if you don't know where to go, maybe check out or take the opportunity to travel a bit and check out a local place to do the party for New Year. For all the firework enthusiasts, and of course in Portugal you also have fireworks, artificial fireworks, in the cities, especially at the Praça do Comércio in Lisbon. That's where the main firework is taking place in Portugal. Also in Porto, it's usually at the Douro River, but make sure we don't usually celebrate in the cities. But I think it was 3 or 4 years ago, we finally decided to celebrate in the city. Put ourselves at the Ribeira, and we're waiting for the firework, and wondered a little bit why we were alone. For good reason. The firework took place more downtown, close to Aliados, and which was kind of funny. We appreciate the shadows that you could see in the clouds, but check the local firework. Something important in some countries, Germany, where I'm from, you can buy fireworks for yourself at home, rockets, firecrackers, and so on. This is not allowed in Portugal. It's also not allowed to bring them from the outside. Firework is usually something that is organized by the local city hall. What is typical food that people eat when celebrating New Year? At least that's my impression. Either you use whatever is left over, or you repeat things from Christmas. If you eat bacalhau, you probably also eat bacalhau during New Year, but I'm not aware that there is a typical New Year's menu or food in Portugal. If you know it, please leave it in the comments or share how you celebrate New Year at home. We talk about later how it is celebrated, but in terms of food, there are some other traditions that maybe have to do with food, but there is no traditional New Year's food or dinner in Portugal, surprisingly. Customs or traditional habits in when it comes to TV or TV shows. In Germany, a lot of people watch a British show which is called Dinner for One. In Portugal, I'm not aware of it. Of course, each channel has a a New Year's program. For Christmas, our family likes to see the circus from Monaco, which is more a tradition. I think it's very popular also to see in Portugal. If there are other things, I asked a bit around. The only thing I got a hold of was Big Brother is sometimes ending, which is not such a, I don't know, a thing you maybe should be proud of, but there are also no TV shows or typical things. If you know it, or if you celebrate things different with your family, please let us know. So, how is New Year celebrated in Portugal? There are, from my point of view, two main ways to do this. The first one is the classical one, you stay at home. But in this case, it's not really, you can invite friends, but in this case, it's also a family event. So you would probably invite your family and friends to have a party, and be sure, if you're an international, don't just serve finger food. People expect real food, a dinner, a normal dinner, a Portuguese dinner to be served. The other main option is to go to a party, and these parties are, most of the cases, gala dinners, which means you will share a table with 6, 8 parties. You can, of course, bring kids. In most cases, also have kids animation. They have a program to entertain people. They usually serve courses, or there's a dinner buffet. And at 12 o'clock, big party, a lot of dancing. They have a late night buffet, usually with some extras at 3, 4 o'clock. So it's a big event. It is a little bit more expensive. You will pay around 80, maybe 200 euros. Depends on the style and the place. But in terms of celebration, I think they're great options. If you're a foreigner, I think you will easily make contact and enjoy the atmosphere of a New Year party in Portugal. So, what are typical traditions for New Year? I think the most popular one is to eat 12 raisins on New Year's Eve. What you do is, basically, the 12 seconds before the New Year, you start eating them, one per second, and with each second or raisin, you can make a wish. So a total of 12, one wish per month for the next year. I think it's originally from Spain. I've seen it there too. If you know where it originated from, please let us know. I also seen some variations. There are also people that eat everything at once, but I think the traditional way is to eat it one raisin per second before New Year. Another, I think, rather maybe European tradition. No, maybe it's not even European. I think I've seen it also in other countries like the United States, is to do a New Year's bath in the sea. So, for example, Vila do Conde, close to Porto, it's a big tradition that people on the first year take a bath or take a swim, go swimming in the sea. It's kind of cold though, and it's also not so easy to do. I think I also seen people doing it in the lake. Great for your health, by the way, if you do it properly. But it's also custom to do a New Year's swim in Portugal. Another famous tradition in Portugal is to wear blue underwear. I think you can always use the same, but the people that say that you always have to buy new blue underwear to make the luck and the good wishes come true in the next year. I've also heard that people put fresh sheets on their bed. Maybe that serves other purposes, and boas entradas in a different way, but it's still the main tradition is to wear blue underwear on New Year's Eve. As I said, fireworks are not allowed on a private level, so a lot of people use pots and pans to make noise. So if you are in a rural area or some other areas and people run around beating pots and pans, that didn't go wild. It looks kind of crazy if you've seen it, but it's also a tradition to make noises with pots and pans in Portugal for New Year. In Portugal, it's also accustomed to do a New Year's kiss to your loved ones. Don't just run around and kiss everybody. It's keep it within the family or the people that receive it well intended. It's a tradition, but keep it safe and focus on the right people when you do the New Year's kiss in Portugal. Toasting with champagne, of course, it's also tradition in Portugal. In this case, it's not made to a wish or for good luck. It's in this case for health, to have a healthy New Year in Portugal. I hope you liked the video. If you liked the video, leave a comment if you have something to add, or follow us, which is even the best solution. And don't forget, stop surviving, start living. See you in Portugal.